And we are back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast. And for the third part of the show, we are going to go through the Silver Slugger Award finalists that were announced. So we'll go by position and league. So that'll be the third part of the show here. So in the American League, we'll start off with first base. So we got Tristan Casas of the Red Sox, Yandy Diaz of the Rays, Nathaniel Lau, new World Series champ for the Rangers, and Spencer Torkelson for the Tigers. So, we got a couple of young guys in there. Torkelson, his second year. Casas, his second year. Yandy Diaz, an all-star. Nathaniel Lau, a World Series champ. Tristan Casas, got off to a little bit of a rough start this year, but he ended up finishing with an over 850 OPS, 857, had 24 home runs, 65 RBIs, 263 batting average. I said, I thought he would have a good year before the season. Well, partly because when I was doing fantasy baseball, I was like, this could be a guy that, people are going to sleep on. But ended up performing well, had a good year. Yandy Diaz, an all-star for the Rays. So in the regular season, 330 batting average, 22 home runs, 78 RBIs, and 932 OPS. So right now, I'd probably lean towards him at the moment. Torkelson, though, 31 home runs, 94 RBIs, 759 OPS. So he had a great sophomore season because last year he had 8 home runs and 28 RBIs in 110 games. He played in 159 games this year. He's definitely could be a guy that wins that. Nathaniel Lau, 17 home runs, 82 RBIs, 262 batting average. I think it's going to come down to so you're either going to see Yandy Diaz or Torkelson. Both guys, though, had great years. So that would probably be the top two as of right now. So then second base, you got Brandon Drury, Gleyber Torres, and Marcus Semien. Gleyber Torres is one of the Yankees' best hitters this year. The Yankees, with their down year, he was at least one of the bright spots for them. He finished with 25 home runs, 68 RBIs, and 800 on the dot OPS. Marcus Semien, World Series champ, of course. In the regular season, he had 29 home runs, 100 RBIs, and 826 OPS. And also Brandon Drury, an unexpected name. 26 home runs, 83 RBIs, and 803 OPS. So we'll see, what happens there. Probably favors Semien at the moment. Third base, you got Bregman, Devers, Isaac Paredes, and Jose Ramirez. Once again, Jose Ramirez, another solid year, 24 home runs, 80 RBIs, 831 OPS. Isaac Paredes of the Rays. He had 31 home runs, 98 RBIs, and 840 OPS, so he had a really good year. Devers, of course, always solid for the Red Sox. 33 home runs, 100 RBIs, 851. And then you got Alex Bregman for the Astros. He had 25 home runs, 98 RBIs, 804 OPS. So, this is going to be a close race here between those four guys over at third base. Then for shortstop, you got J.P. Crawford, Corey Seager, Bobby Witt Jr. Obviously, we talked about Corey Seager. J.P. Crawford had 19 home runs, 65 RBIs, and 818 OPS. Corey Seager, he's also an MVP candidate. 327 batting average, 33 home runs, 96 RBIs, and over 1,000 OPS. It's probably going to be him that wins it. Bobby Witt Jr., his second season was solid. 30 home runs, 96 RBIs, and 814 OPS. So we'll see, but you'd probably lean towards Corey Seager. Corey Seager actually hasn't won a Silver Slugger Award since his back-to-back awards with the Dodgers back in 2016 and 2017. So it's been a while. Then you got a ton of outfielders. You got Randy Arozarena, Adolis Garcia, Aaron Judge, Luis Robert Jr., Julio Rodriguez, Anthony Santander, Kyle Tucker. It's just crazy how Aaron Judge, what he was able to do this year, only playing in 106 games. He hit 37 home runs, had 1,000 OPS. If he stayed healthy, he probably could have got to 60 again. Adolis Garcia and Randy Arozarena, a couple of all-stars. Adolis Garcia, 39 home runs, 107 RBIs on the season. Randy Arozarena, he had 23 home runs, 83 RBIs. Luis Robert Jr., he had 38 home runs, 80 RBIs. Julio Rodriguez, who did get off to a little bit of a slow start, but ended up having a good season. Very good season. 32 home runs, 103 RBIs, and 818 OPS. Anthony Santander, he had 28 home runs, 95 RBIs, 797 OPS. Very good season for him. And Kyle Tucker of the Houston Astros, 29 home runs, 112 RBIs, 886 OPS. Another solid season for him. So that's it for the American League. Oh wait, actually no, sorry, catcher and designated hitter. So you got Salvador Perez, Cal Raleigh, and Adley Rutschman. So Salvador Perez had a solid year, 23 home runs, 80 RBIs. Raleigh had 30 home runs, 75 RBIs, and then Adley Rutschman, he had a rough postseason. I mean, his postseason numbers, he had an 0.83 batting average. The regular season, he had 20 home runs and 80 RBIs. So, it'll be a close race there. And then, of course, designated hitter, you got Alvarez and Shohei Ohtani. Alvarez had 31 home runs, 97 RBIs, a 990 OPS. So he had another great season. And then, of course, Shohei Ohtani, I mean, I think he's... We'll see if he wins MVP still. I mean, I feel like he should, but who knows? Before he got hurt, though, 304 batting average, 44 home runs, 95 RBIs at 1,000 OPS. I mean, should still get MVP as well, but we'll see. You also got utility for Silver Slugger. So you got Brandon Drury, Gunnar Henderson, and Whit Merrifield. So Gunnar Henderson, I mean, he's a Rookie of the Year candidate, of course. 28 home runs, 82 RBIs, and 814 OPS. And then they got Isaac Paredes and Brandon Drury. We already went over them. Whit Merrifield, 11 home runs, 67 RBIs, and 700 OPS. Probably give that to Gunnar Henderson. So that's everybody in the National League, or the American League. Then you move on to the National League. You got Pete Alonso, Freddie Freeman, Matt Olson. Each of these guys had great seasons. Matt Olson, 54 home runs, 139 RBIs, and 993 OPS. Freddie Freeman, his stats on the regular season: 29 home runs, 102 RBIs, 977 OPS, 331 batting average. And then, of course, you got Pete Alonso, 46 home runs on the season, 118 RBIs, and 822 OPS. So, yeah, I mean, each of these guys deserves that award. Matt Olson obviously had the best season out of the three. But, yeah, I mean, all three of these guys were awesome this year. At second base, you had Ozzie Albies, Kento Marte, and, of course, Luis Ariz. Albies, solid year, 33 home runs, 109 RBIs, 849 OPS. Luis Ariz, I mean, obviously the power numbers weren't there for him, of course, because he's not a power hitter, but 354 batting average. I mean, he was batting 400 at one point this year, which is crazy. He had 10 home runs, 69 RBIs, 862 OPS. And then you got Kento Marte for the runner-up Diamondbacks. He was solid in the postseason this year. 329, 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. Yeah, he was good. And in the regular season, he was solid too. 25 home runs, 82 RBIs, 843 OPS. So that's at second base. Third base, you got Arenado, Machado, Muncy, and Austin Riley. Arenado this season, 26 home runs, 93 RBIs, a 774 OPS. Machado, he had 30 home runs, 91 RBIs, 781 OPS. Max Muncy, who actually just got an extension with the Dodgers, he had 36 home runs, 105 RBIs, and 808 OPS. Austin Riley for the Braves, he had 37 home runs, 97 RBIs, 861 OPS. So that's third base. Shortstop, you got Xander Bogaerts, Francisco Lindor, Dansby Swanson, and Trey Turner. Obviously, Trey Turner, he got off to that rough start in Philadelphia, but, was able to turn his season around. Ended up finishing the season 26 home runs, 76 RBIs on the year. Dansby Swanson, who I was injured at one point during the year, he had 22 home runs, 80 RBIs. Francisco Lindor had a solid season for the Mets this year, 31 home runs, 98 RBIs. And then you have Xander Bogaerts for the Padres, 19 home runs, 58 RBIs on the season. And we'll get into the Padres in the next segment, and we'll talk about them, so you don't want to miss that. Of course, in the outfield, you got Acuna, Betts, Bellinger, Corbin Carroll, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, and Seihei Suzuki. So 2 Cubs in these. Acuna, obviously, is the front runner for MVP. Mookie Betts, another guy that had a great season. He's probably going to be he's going to be one of the runner-ups. Cody Bellinger, a solid year with the Cubs, bounce back year for him, batting over 300, 26 home runs, 97 RBIs, 881 OPS for him. You got Corbin Carroll, who's a Rookie of the Year for the National League. 25 home runs, 76 RBIs for him in the regular season. Kyle Schwarber, of course, weird year for him. 197 batting average, but 47 home runs, 104 RBIs, and 817 OPS. Juan Soto, who we will discuss in a little bit with the Padres. 35 home runs, 109 RBIs, 929 OPS. So you figure he's going to be one of the people that gets that, one of the players that gets it. And Seiya Suzuki, he was solid too this year for the Cubs. 285 batting average, 20 home runs, 74 RBIs. So that's everybody in the outfield for the National League. Then at catcher, you got William Contreras for the Brewers, Sean Murphy, JT Realmuto, and Will Smith. So we'll run through their stats really quick as well. Contreras, 17 home runs, 78 RBIs in the regular season. Sean Murphy, he was good with the Braves this year, 21 home runs, 68 RBIs. JT Realmuto, his season, he had 20 home runs, 63 RBIs on the season. And then Will Smith for the Dodgers. He actually batted .417 in the postseason this year. So he was one of the few bright spots for the Dodgers in that series against the Diamondbacks. So in the regular season, 261 batting average, 19 home runs, 76 RBIs, 797 OPS. Then designated hitter, you got Bryce Harper, JD Martinez, Marcell Ozuna, and Jorge Soler. I mean, Bryce Harper missed some time with the injury, coming back from that. JD Martinez was solid for the Dodgers his first year with them. I think it was only a 1-year deal, so we'll see if they bring him back. 33 home runs, 103 RBIs for him. For Bryce Harper, 16 home. Well, that's his career postseason numbers. This year, 21 home runs, 72 RBIs. Marcell Ozuna with the Braves, 40 home runs, 100 RBIs for him, and then Jorge Soler. He had 36 home runs, 75 RBIs, so a good season for him. And then for utility, they got Bellinger, Betts, and then they got Spencer Steer and Hai-Sung Kim for the Padres. So Kim, 260 batting average, 17 home runs, 60 RBIs, and Spencer Steer for the Reds, he had 23 home runs, 86 RBIs. So those are all the candidates, well, the finalists for the Silver Slugger Award. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think will get the awards for each position? But yeah, that's basically it when it comes to the Silver Slugger Award. So last year, you had Alejandro Kirk win, Nathaniel Lau won, Jose Altuve, Jose Ramirez, Xander Bogaerts, Judge, Julio Rodriguez, Mike Trout, Yordan Alvarez, and Luis Arraez won last year for the Twins. That was in the American League. This year in the last year in the National League, you had Realmuto, Goldschmidt, Jeff McNeil, Nolan Arenado, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Kyle Schwarber, Juan Soto, Josh Bell, and Brandon Drury. And a lot of those players are up for winning the award this year. So we'll see how that all plays out. But that's pretty much it, talking about the Silver Slugger finalists. So let me know what you guys think, on who you think will win the Silver Slugger for their respective positions this year. So with that, when we come back from our final break of the show, we are going to talk about the Padres because there's news with them and what they could do moving forward if they're going to have to maybe move some guys possibly with the money troubles that they are dealing with at the moment. So stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Baseball Podcast.